Chelsea fans, losing to Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena is nothing to be ashamed about. It's not the end of the world. Some of you are overreacting. What is all this civil war I'm seeing within the Chelsea fan base on top losing to the best team in Germany on their home ground? Which team will go there and find it easy to win? Chelsea fans, there is absolutely no need to panic. Yesterday, that day was for banter. Today is for analysis. That's why I'm analyzing. Yes, Chelsea, when I get haters. When Chelsea lost that game, that's when I knew Chelsea has haters, because it's like all of us have been starved. Chelsea fans, you have to understand, we have been starved of banter. Do you know what you winning that Club World Cup did to all your rivals' hearts? You broke all our hearts. Everybody was too sure PSG would destroy Chelsea. Chelsea just shocked us first half 3-0. You have to understand, you signed João Pedro too. João Pedro just went scoring. No 0-1, no 0-2. Right from the onset, scoring. The lap to score. Everybody's doing well. Since you not lose, rival fans have been starved. That's why the whole world came on you. So sorry, no vex. But now we are back to the main business of analyzing. And let's talk about the Chelsea. See, the first mistake is that back line. It's inexperienced. When Chelsea went to that UCL triumph in 2021, Thiago Silva was there. He was present in that back line. Look at this back line now. Does it inspire you? Chalobah scoring an own goal. Adebayo didn't drop a good performance. Let me even clear something up first. Olise did not destroy Kukurea. What am I saying up and down? That day was for agenda. Today, let's analyze the game factually. Saying Olise destroyed Kukurea is just dishonest. Olise had an amazing game, true. But you cannot tell me that Kukurea was terrible or they destroyed Kukurea. I didn't see that in the match, personally. If it happened, I'd be very happy, because Kukurea is a very good defender that any day I see him made a chop him, I will talk it. But they didn't do that to him. At right back too, Malo Gusto had a very bad game. For you to be having this rating with an assist, imagine he didn't have assist. So this defensive line is a massive problem, and they need a leader there. Somebody that is outspoken, somebody that is there to hold the other hands of the young boys, because that Chelsea squad that won that UCL in 2021 was young too. But they had leaders here and there in the team, from Kante to Thiago Silva to even Edouard Mendy, who was in the post. That is a first big problem, first of all. Next, if you look at Chelsea's schedule in the Champions League, there's actually no need to panic about this Bayern Munich loss. If you look at Chelsea's schedule and you look at all the other games, this Bayern Munich game was not a must-win game. That is where the inexperience of Maresca comes in. Sacrificing 3 points against Brentford to go and play Bayern Munich away from home. When you looked at those two games, you should have said to yourself, these three points versus Brentford, make I hold on first, because Premier League, there's no easy game. He might have overrated his ability in that aspect. You cannot be thinking that you're going to the Allianz Arena and getting 3 points rather than get your 3 easy points from Brentford. That is the mistake he made. Look at the other fixtures. They have Benfica at home. They have Ajax at home. They have Karabakh away from home, which they should win. Those are 3 games that I'm seeing 9 points. They have Barcelona at home, which will be a tough game. That's another game that if they have a Premier League game before this one, don't go and say you're resting players before this game because you want to save legs. No. That would be a terrible decision. They have Atalanta, who are not that good. They can beat Atalanta too. And they have Pafos. So they have 5 winnable games in this group. So I feel Enzo Maresca, his inexperience just showed, honestly. There's nothing more than that. And also him trying exactly what worked against PSG, against Bayern Munich, didn't work at all. Reece James in the midfield did not work. Palmer was starving of the ball. Anytime Bayern Munich was in problem was when Palmer was getting on the ball. Were they feeding Palmer fast enough? No. I personally believe that Palmer, Reece James at his best position, which is right back, would have been better. Maybe you'd have moved Palmer more centrally because he was doing more problem on the pitch centrally today. You know that Bayern Munich is going to dominate that midfield. So you needed that boy in there too. Maybe you play Estevao at right back. I think Estevao would have done a good job there because it was not Lyman that was playing left back or something. But I know it was not their main left back. It was the makeshift left back somewhat. So Estevao was the player that would have caused more problems in that aspect, in retrospect. I do not blame Enzo Maresca for trying the same this thing that brought them, glory in the Club World Cup. But then there are many other factors that added to that Club World Cup. The fact that they were playing at a neutral ground, the fans and the whole crowd, it is easier to control when you're at a neutral ground than when you are at the Allianz Arena, one of the biggest stadiums in the world, one of the best stadiums in the world, with crazy German fans shouting and screaming their lungs for 90 minutes. It is tougher there. So for me, that is just where the inexperience of Maresca came in. Now back to the squad. Chelsea still made a very big mistake in their squad building in the summer. Striking position, they needed somebody. They got the right guy. They got a backup for Caicedo. They got a backup for Cucurella. But that centre back position was one that everybody looked at and said Chelsea needed somebody in this position. Hato, yes, he's a good signing, but Hato was more of a left back signing, a backup for Cucurella. And the fact that Cole will even tore his ACL before the transfer window opened, I thought that would have hastened Chelsea to go and get another centre back. These Jamie Gittins have been meetings that they signed. He has not really been up to it. They also signed Garnacho. And if I look at all these signings, what was more of a priority is a centre back. They could have gone out and gotten another centre back. They needed one desperately. And I feel they need an experienced centre back now. Chelsea squad, I think, is the youngest ever to qualify for the Champions League. I don't think that's only the Premier League or anything. But in as much as that's an amazing start, they still need a great deal of experience. And I think that experience would have really, really helped against Bayern Munich, especially in that back line. I think most of the goals that Bayern Munich scored, the first goal was an own goal. The second goal was another individual mistake from Caicedo, him giving away a penalty. And I think the third goal was Malo Gusto or something. So 3 goals coming from individual mistakes. What does that tell me? That is an immature squad. That is a squad, a team filled with some players that are not ready to perform at this big stage. And as much as I think many of them are immature, I just think many of them too might never be able to perform at this highest level stage, honestly. I think that there are many players in this squad that might not be able to do it. Tosin, Gusto, Chaloba. I'm looking at Neto, you too. There are many players I'm looking at it like this. Even Enzo, to an extent, I'm looking at him too. Although I'll cut Enzo some slack because he has done it at the World Cup, so that is fine. But this is one of the other things. And another big factor is the fact that inexperience again, in the sense that look at that Bayern Munich squad. In fact, all of them are playing in the Champions League before. They know how it feels to play in the Champions League. But 80% of this Chelsea squad were having their debut for Chelsea in the Champions League. Palmer had his debut for Chelsea in the Champions League. In fact, for me, that's Palmer's Champions League debut, because what he was playing for Man City, he was barely featuring. I think he scored for Man City though in the Champions League. Then you look at the other players. I think Malo Gusto. I've not seen this guy play. Neto, I've never seen him play in the Champions League. João Pedro, Robert Sanchez, who actually had a very good game. Kudos to Robert Sanchez, especially that save he made from Olise. It was a very good save. So he had a good game. Their backline too, Adarabaya, and I think Choloba was part of their UCL winning squad, right? So Caicedo too, that was his Champions League debut. So the levels are different. So it's just a learning curve for Enzo Maresca. The only reason why we bantered you guys so much is that we have not rested in your hands. World champion. Your trophy get cup, your trophy get key. That is why the banter came from the entire world, because you are world champions. And one small constituency for Germany did that. Yeah, just you think I'm. I no go vex. But then that is just why the whole banter was very, very hot. And Chelsea fans, you people know, you too. Chelsea, you now know see your mouth bad. Nobody get bad mouth with you now. Chelsea fans don't make me reason my life many times. I would just sit down like this. See me, this guy tell me as a Liverpool fan, he pay me. Chelsea fans have their mouth is toxic. They can make things pain you. When they won that Club World Cup, peace of mind eluded me. I lost an idea of the concept of peace of mind. And I'm still recovering up to today. And why the banter hot way? That is football. It's part of football. That's one of the main reasons we want our club to win, so that we avoid banter. And when we win, we go and banter other clubs that lose. So it's one of the main reasons. Some people used to take it too personal. Me, when I want to praise your team, I'll praise you to the sky. If I want to criticize you, I'll be criticize you, tear you down. But I'm mostly constructive. But then, if I want to banter you, I'll bring out my utensils. Me, I will cook. I like cooking. So everything was just mainly agenda yesterday. Nothing personal, nothing serious. So Chelsea, you can build on it. Your next game is Man United in the Premier League. That game is never an easy one. Everybody knows the history of that game. They know how Chelsea, no matter how bad Man United or Chelsea is, they always give themselves problem in this fixture. So it's not one that I won't predict to be straightforward. And although it has been useless so far, but Man United had a week of rest compared to Chelsea, who just played in midweek and are playing again on Saturday. So it's going to be a very, very tough game for Manchester United. And we're all excited for it. Let's see how it will go. And a tough game for Chelsea too, but Chelsea fans are saying Man United will pay for the sins of Bayern. I'm sat. I'm waiting for that. I really want to see that. So thank you very much for watching this video. Please do make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And if you want the video up to this point, what should you even do? Comment Palmer, because I think he was Chelsea's best player that day. That one is just a whole different level. Those are players that are actually ready for the next level. The likes of Palmer, Rhys James, Caicedo too, although he gave a penalty. And there are a few players in that squad that I think can do well at that high level. So I appreciate you guys for watching this video, and Adika Six is out. Peace out. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Please, we're pushing to